Okay, good morning, everybody. Praise be to the Lord. Okay, so we're going to continue with our math class, and we're going to see the topic about that says represent and interpret data. Okay, so we're going to see how to use a line plot, right? We're going to see how to use a line plot, even with whole numbers and also with a fraction. But first of all, in our book, we're going to understand the definitions. Please, mics off, please. So we're going to see in our book on page number 696. 696, everybody. Do you have your book in your side, Felix? Because, okay. Yes, that page is 696, people. That one. We're going to see the definitions, okay, about what.
We're going to do this.
Wait. I'm on page number 696. Wait, okay. So, we're going to see the definitions about what is, and to complete that page, right, about bar graph, compare, frequency table, overestimate, and underestimate. So, let's see. Also, in those, in the page number 697 and 698, we have some words with a few definitions also, right? So, let's see. Let's continue on page number 696, people. So, the number one said, and it's about your own criteria. A display that shows how many times an event occurs. There is a keyword in those words that is going to help you to understand what is the meaning of the number one. A display that shows how many times an event occurs. What do you think it is? Hey.
A frequency table.
That's good. Very good. Frequency table. That is the number one. Very good. Let's see the number two. A display, the number two. A display that uses, what do you say? A display that uses bars to show data is an
Bar graph.
bar graph. Very good. Excellent. Bar graph. The number three. Rounding each factor in a multiplication to a rated number gives an of the actual product. Rounding each factor in a multiplication.
Overestimate.
Very good. Overestimate. Number four. Let's see the number four. You can use the length of the bar and the bar graph to, there is the space, two similar data sets.
Compare.
Very good. I'm really glad to see you have very good comprehension, people. Let's submit this one. Okay. Now let's go to the purple pages. We have in there three, only three. Three what? For example, we have line plot, we have data, and we have outlier. Let's see what is the meaning of each one. Collected information is called. What do you think? Or what do you think it is? Huh?
Data.
Very good. Data, it's collecting information, okay? Collecting information about what? About everything. How many students in a classroom are, how many students, to say in this way, how many boys are in the classroom, how many girls are in the classroom, what is the average of age between the 24 students that I have in the classroom. And you collect all that information. Let's see the next one. A display of responses along a number line which dots or X record above the response to indicate the number of times a response occur. And that is called, what do you think?
Line plot.
Line plot. Very good. There is a line
And the
plot.
last one is outlier.
There is a line plot. Sorry. And the last one. And it is space is a value that is much greater or much less than the other values in a data set.
Outlier.
Outlier. Very good. So, people, the topic for today, it's about a line plot. And you will see what is a line plot. So I will share with you a video, okay, that will explain a little bit more, because I will continue with explanation and with some examples in my board, in my digital board, about what is a line plot and to understand better the line plot. Then we're going to continue, move on to using a line plot with whole numbers and with fractions. So please pay attention, take notes in your notebook for the important meanings or important facts that is on the video. So please pay attention. Remember, I always see you, to all of you, on the what are you doing on the videos during we watch some videos. So please pay attention to this first video.
Welcome to Math with Mr. J. In this video, we're going to take a look at a line plot and interpret or read the results of that line plot. So let's take a look at the situation up top. A group of students were surveyed about the number of pets they have at home. The results are displayed on the line plot below. Use the line plot to answer the following questions. So number one, how many students were surveyed? Well, let's take a look at our line plot here and see what this line plot tells us. Well, the title tells us what it's about, right? It's the number of pets students have. And these numbers down here represent the number of pets. So how many students were surveyed? We need to count the number of X's in the line plot here, because each X represents a student that was surveyed. So here we have, for 0 we have 3, for 1 we have 3, for 2 we have 5, for 3 we have 1, for 4 we have 3 students, and for 6 we have 1 student. 5, there's nothing there, there aren't any X's, so no students within that survey had 5 pets. And that's okay if you don't have X's above all of the numbers. So how many total students is that? Well, 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 5 is 11, plus 1 is 12, plus 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. So how many students? Well, 16 students.
Okay, what we already saw in the video. What is the first step we have to do in this part? If you see,
To count how many.
yes, but what is that called?
Dots are.
Huh?
Dots are. How many dots are in there?
No. We already saw in the definitions on the book. What is that? Called what? Collect
Collect information.
Huh?
Space.
No, collect space. No,
Collect information.
no. Collect data.
Collect data.
Collect data. I'm seeing how many students I have. Okay? Uh-huh. So I collected all the information. This is collecting data. I'm collecting how many students have pets. How many students have pet in this information? 16 students, right? Actually, I have 16 students in my room. And what is the next? What next? How many students doesn't have pets? How many students have 3 pets? How many students have 2 pets? How many students only have 1 pet? 4, 5, or 6 pets, right? 6 students. If we see this line plot, we can see six students only have 1 pet, right? Even 3, and them, and on and on. Only 1 student. Okay, so let's continue.
We counted the total number of X's, and remember, each X represents a student that was part of that survey. So number 2, how many students have at least 3 pets? So at least means 3 or more. So include 3. So let's see. Well, for 3 or more, at least 3, we need to look at this portion of the line plot. So we have 1 here for 3 pets, 3 for 4, and 1 for 6. So that is a total of 5 students. Number 3, how many?
So if you see in this part, how many students that at least 3 pets, sorry,
1.
only 5. 1 student have 3 pets. 3 students, the X means students, right? Each X is a student. 3 students have 4 pets. No one have 5 pets. And only 1 student, only that guy or that girl have 6 pets. I don't know how many cats, I don't know how many dogs, maybe birdies and turtles, right? Perhaps she or he has chickens,
Fish.
fish, fishy. Maybe she has 1 fish, 1 dog, 1 kitty, 1 turtle, 1 bird,
Velociraptor.
1 rabbit. She has a zoo in her house. So we see 5 students have more than 3 pets, or at least 3 pets. We have 16 students who have least in total. So we're going to see how many students have only 1 or 2 pets.
How many students have 1 or 2 pets? So we need to take a look at this portion of our line plot, 1 or 2. So 3 students have 1 pet, and 5 students have 2 pets. So that's a total of 8 students.
Why 8 students? Easy. Remember, the X is the quantity of students I have. So only 3 students have 1 pet, maybe a puppy, maybe a kitty. 5 students have 2 pets, maybe 1 puppy, maybe 1 kitty, maybe 2 puppies, maybe 2 kitties. So, excuse me. So maybe other kind of sorry. Maybe other kind of pet they have in their houses, right? Maybe.
And lastly, this is probably the most difficult question out of the four. How many total pets do the students have? This is not a matter of just counting up all of the X's, because each X, for example, right here, each X holds a value of 0, because each of those
No sé porque yo.
pets.
Mike's off.
This is 0 right here. This is going to be worth 0 for that question. Here, for one pet, right, we have 3 students that have 1 pet. So those X's represent a value of 1. So I'm going to circle this 3 so we know that the value of that part of the graph is 3. Now 2 pets here. We have 5 students that have 2 pets at home. So how many total pets is that? It's not 5, it's actually 10. Because again, each of those 5 students have 2 at home. So this is going to be 10. Then for 3 pets, we have 1 student with 3 pets. So the value of that X in terms of pets is 3. 4 pets, well, 3 students have 4 pets, so that's a total of 12. And then lastly, we have 1 student with 6 pets, so that holds a value of 6. Now we're ready to count up all of those pets. So we have 3 here, 13, 16, 28, 4. So a total of 34 pets. So there are some examples of interpreting line plot questions that require you to know how to read that line plot and, like the title says, interpret the data. So hopefully that helped. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, peace.
Okay. Okay. You can listen me, right? So,
Yep.
okay, very good. So we're going to see another examples. How to collect data, how to collect all the information. For example, I have in here already 21 students, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 students. I have 21 students in here. So let's do this. I have my whiteboard, right? So let's see, doing and talking about the same topic, about pets. Talking about pets. So let's see. Let's see this one. I have in here my line. Okay, let's see. Just watch your raise and you will raise your hand. I can see you, all of you. Raise your hand. Okay, let's see. I forgot to do something. I have in here this one, this one, this one. I'm sorry, it's not a really good one because I don't have a ruler in here actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Okay, let's see. Let's see. I have in here 0, 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, 5. Okay? Let's see. All of you, and I will do this in here. I will do this in here. I will do this in here. How many of you, just raise your hand, or in the In the, I really, in the, yes, no, not that one. Okay, raise your hand. How many of you doesn't have pets? Doesn't matter the kind of pets. Doesn't have pets in your house. How many of you don't have pets in your house? Raise your hand. I have Diego Guardiola. I have Eduardo Matute, Jose Manuel. I only have 3 students, so I have to do this right now. I have to do this. 3 students. 1, 2, 2. Oops. 3. 3 students who doesn't have pets.
Mister
Aha.
is raising her hand in
Dana
the
too. Dana too. Okay.
and the twins also are raising the hand.
Who?
The twins.
The twins. Okay. The twins counts 1 and 1. Okay. This one and this one. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students. How many of you have in your house 1 pet? Doesn't matter the pet. Fatima, Roland, Juan Diego, Andrea, Leda, Madeline. 6 students also. Okay. So I have to do this also. I have 6 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Continue. How many of you have 2 pets in your house? Just raise your hand. How many of you have 2 pets in your house? Nobody. Okay, I have 0, so I don't write nothing. How many of you have 3 pets in your house? Nobody. How many of you have 4 pets in your house? Fatima. Only 1. How many of you?
Emily.
Emily.
I don't have 4
Emily,
pets.
sorry, Emily, only 1. Okay, so let's continue. Only 1 student have, only one student has 3 pets. Sorry, 4 pets. 4 pets. And how many of you have 5 pets on your house? Polo Norte Navidad, I don't know what is your name. Anna, what? Who else? Felix, how many pets do you have in your house?
0.
I only have Polo Norte Navidad, that is Catherine, and Ana Cecilia. Somebody else. So if I only have 2, the same way. And let's see, and let's check this. 2 students have 2 pets. And I collected all the information. But the thing is this one. I have 6 and 6 are 12, 14, 15 students I have in here. In my conference, and in my conference,
21.
in this class,
21.
I have, no, I have
21.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, yes, 21 students. Where are the other 6? Where are the other 6?
Mister,
If you, sorry, if, when you,
Felix said what no have pets.
Okay. Felix said he doesn't have pets. So let's see. Felix said he doesn't have pets.
doesn't have.
So I have 1 X more. I have 16 students. Still missing 5. Where is the other 5?
I think Ricardo doesn't have.
Ricardo. I don't
He
know
doesn't
Ricardo.
have
How many
camera.
pets? I don't know how many pets does Ricardo has. So let's have this information already. Okay, I have in here only one. Okay, only one pet. So if you see, I have in here the quantity of students each at, oh, for example, I have in here 2, 4, 6, 7. I have in here 7 students that doesn't have pets. I have in here 7 students that only have 1 pet. I have in here no students who doesn't have 2 pets. I have in here 0 students who doesn't have 3 pets. I have in here 1 student that have 4 pets. And I have in here 2 more students that I have 5 pets. My goodness. So this is equal to how many students?
20.
No. 14, 16, 17 students I have in here. 17 students that have pets. "17 students with pets," right? That is my final, and I collect the data. I collect all the information of how many students have pets. But let's see, how about if I collect that data using fractions, So let's start to watch another video, okay, and see what I am talking about right now. Everybody can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. People, I want to ask you something. When you listen these videos about Mr. J, you can listen well in a high volume or very low?
Low.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, just give me a
Low.
second. I will do this. Well, actually, the volume it's on 100. I really don't know. Okay.
Hi, Mr. When I
Welcome to Math with Mr. J.
Also, pay attention.
In this video, I'm going to cover how to interpret or read a line plot that includes eighths, fourths, and halves. And if you take a look at the left side of your screen, we have a line plot there. And up at the top of your screen, we have a situation that will talk about what that line plot represents. And then we're going to answer some questions that go along with that line plot. So let's start up top where it says, the line plot displays the growth of 15 plants over 1 week. Answer the following questions using the line plot. So if we look here at our line plot, we have a title up top, plant growth over a week. And then down below, we have a label for what those fractions and other numbers mean. Those represent inches, so a half inch, 3/4 of an inch, or maybe even 1 whole inch. So let's start with number 1. What was the lowest amount of growth over the 1 week? How about the greatest? So let's take a look at our line plot. Now, all of these are fractions. We don't hit on the 0 or the 1 whole, so all of them are going to be a fraction of a whole. So let's find the lowest amount that has an x above it. Each x represents one of those 15 plants. So the lowest is going to be 1/4 of an inch right here.
Do you remember when we saw fractions and we explained to you in the last partial, also in the beginning of the partial, when you see a fraction and the fraction, the number of the fraction is bigger than the other one, for example, if I said, which one is bigger? 1.5 or 1/4? And many of you told me it's 1/4, it's bigger. Actually, no. When you in the denominator, the number still growing and growing and growing and growing, that part is gonna be smaller, right? That is the difference between the fractions, people. Remember that.
1/4 of an inch was the lowest amount of growth over that week. So lowest was 1/4 of an inch. How about the greatest? The greatest is going to be right here. Now that does not.
Sorry, I saw many of you who have raised your hand. Do you have any question? No, I'm asking you because you have raised your hand in the, like Diego Guardiola and Dana.
Pero a mí no me parece que yo la tengo levantada.
No, because I already lowered.
Not have a fraction attached to it. So we're going to have to figure it out. So this is 3/4 right here. So it's not 3/4. This hole right here between 0 and 1 whole, this is split into 8ths. So follow along with me here. We have 1/8, 2/8, which is equivalent to 1/4, 3/8, 4/8, which is equivalent to this 1/2. We always use the simplified versions of the fractions. 5/8, 6/8, which is simplified to 3/4, and then this would be 7/8, and then lastly would be 8/8, which is 1 whole. So right here, the greatest amount grown over a week would be 7/8 of an inch. Number 2, how many plants grew 5/8 of an inch? Well, again, the 8ths aren't marked on that line plot, so we need to figure it out. And I'll go through this again. So here's 1/8, 2/8, which is
So
equivalent to
if we
3/8, 4/8.
So if we can see the question, the number 1, what was the lowest amount of growth over the 1 week? The greatest? How much? 1/4 inch. So in a week, we have 7/8, right? Because we add 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. So in total, in 7 days, we have 7/8 inches. So how many, in the second question, how many plants grew 5/8 on an inch? What do you think? How many plants grew 5/8 on an inch? Let's see the answer.
And then 5/8 right here. So how many plants or x's is above 5/8? And I'll mark it right here. 5/8. 1. 1 plant grew 5/8 of an inch. So 1 plant.
Exactly. Well, just 1 plant.
Number 3. What is the difference between the highest and lowest amount of growth? Well, the highest amount of growth, if we remember, was 7/8 of an inch. And the lowest amount of growth was 1/4 of an inch. So to find the difference, we need to subtract 7/8 and minus 1/4 from that 7/8.
Okay, how much is that? You already know how to subtract fractions. What is the difference between the highest and the lowest amount of growth? How much is that? You already know how to subtract fractions. Yes, Diego Guardiola.
7/8 minus 1/4 is equal to 5/8.
Let's see. Let's see.
Now, thinking back to subtracting fractions, we need an equivalent, a common denominator. And the common denominator for an 8 and a 4 is an 8. So let's rewrite the problem to the side. 7/8 minus, well, I know 4 times 2 will give me that 8. So I need to do the same thing to the top. 1 times 2 is 2. So 7/8 minus 2/8. That 2/8 is equivalent to 1/4. So we did not change the value of the problem. 7 minus 2 is 5. And we keep our denominator the same, 8. So 5/8 of an inch is the difference between the greatest amount of growth and the lowest amount of growth. Lastly, this is the most difficult problem out of the 4. Calculate the total amount of growth over the 1 week. So you're including the growth of all 15 plants. So a common mistake here would just be counting up all the X's and saying 15 as the answer there. But we need each plant's growth added together. So we're going to have to see how much each X is worth. We can think of it like that. Let's start with 1/4. We'll go in order here. So we're going to start right here. And we have 2 plants that grew 1/4 of an inch. So that would be 1/4 plus 1/4. So that's 2/4 of an inch so far we grew. Next, we can skip 3/8 of an inch. There's no X there. So we go to 1/2. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/2 growths. So that's a half plus a half plus a half plus a half, which is 2 wholes, 2 whole inches. So right now we're at 2 2/4. Now we have 5/8 of an inch right here. And there's only 1 X there, so that's going to be 5/8. Next, we have 3/4. So 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4. There's 3 X's there. 3/4 plus 3/4 is going to give us 1.5.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. We have less than 1 minute. On Friday, we're going to continue to finish this topic about fractions in the line plot. Okay, so see you at 11:30 for the class of spelling. Bye-bye. Take care. 11:30.
Mister, we are going to have computer.
Yes, you will have computer at 10:40. Bye-bye, people. Take care.
Bye.
11:30. Be punctual, please.
Bye.